Do you procrastinate? Are you a procrastinator and you never get anything done? Do you find that distractions interfere with your ability to achieve results? We're going to talk about that today here on Thoughts That Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Wolak. This is something that I've studied. This is something that I've really come to understand, is that when we're distracted, when we procrastinate, it's because we're doing something that's really not of value to us. Do you get that? If something is a high value, truly one of our highest values, there's no procrastination. We just automatically get it done. But when it's not a high value to us, oh my God, we've got to work our butts off to get it done. And we don't want to do it. We get lazy. We procrastinate. We put off. We're distracted by every little thing that comes around. I know that for me, that getting my taxes done is not a high value. And I procrastinate on that. But I will get them done. I always do. I find a reason to link it. See, one of my highest values is being a good financial steward and being financially free to do what I want, when I want, and how I want. So being financially comfortable is a value to me. Well, I know that if I don't do my taxes, I'm not going to be comfortable because the IRS will be on my butt. So I get them done, but I don't get them done with the same enthusiasm that I have for like doing this daily talk. Every day I'm here 8 o'clock, except Sunday, 7:30, and I'm talking to you. I never think about, whoa, what do I got to talk about? Something always comes to me because it's one of my highest values. It's my number 2 value. Once you understand your values, I'm telling you, not your values, your top 3 to 4 values, you understand, you make them the basis of everything that you do. Everything that you do. I keep talking about that, and you hear me talking about that over and over and over and over again. Well, thank you for putting that up there. Oh, that's when you get yours done, Jordan, 11:59 p.m. on April the 14th. Too funny. Absolutely too funny. So one of the things I want to chat about is I know that people are struggling. I know that they're struggling. I know that procrastination is where they're struggling. They're struggling with how to return to reality. That's a really interesting subject, isn't it? How are you struggling to come back into reality? And what do I mean by that? Well, we've been sort of conditioned not to be out there, not to be with other people, that when we do go out, we're in fear because we may get this virus and we have to wear our mask and we've got to do this. Are you vaccinated? Are you not vaccinated? All of these conditions. And now that things are opening up, I'm not sure they're opening up where you are, but where I'm at, it's completely open up. It's like nothing's ever happened. And so, and yet people struggle to return to reality, to come into reality. They've been numb by it all. Yeah, they've been numb by it all. And I'm going to tell you, you've got to put aside those fears. One of the things I notice, I have a wife that she works in a hospital. So I know what's going on in a local hospital. And when COVID was at its peak 3-4 months ago, maybe not even that long ago, 2-3 months ago, they were averaging about 31, 34 beds of that hospital were dedicated to COVID. Now it's 4. So what that tells me is that the seriousness of what's happening here where I live has gone tremendously down. And what I've noticed is that traffic is much, much heavier. People are going out to restaurants. The restaurants I've been at have been packed and stuff. So people are opening up to certain things. What are you struggling with? Are you struggling to come back into reality? Are you struggling with loneliness? Are you struggling with feeling isolated? Are you struggling because all you talk about or you hear other people talk about is what's going wrong? Kimberly, I don't know if the preventive measures are working or not. Here's what I do know. So many people have gotten COVID that they've got natural immunities, and combine that with the vaccine. I think you've got a bit of immunity going on. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know that it's a preventative measures. I don't know that at all. There's two sides to that story. And I don't go into that. I don't care which side's right or wrong. I just know that I'm more free now to do what I want to do than I could before. And here's a big one. Here's a big one that people are struggling with right now. And that is being true to your authentic self. And here's a key thing. Do you know what your authentic self is? Do you really, really know what your authentic self is? Jordan says, trying to find a new network, but days keep going by. It's easier to fall into cycle and repeat action. I get impatient. I plant seeds, then get impatient. I don't understand what you mean when you say get a new network. So I can't even address that because your mind is interpreting a word differently than my mind is currently doing. It can be easy to lose motivation. I know the answers, but exhaustion tells me I need to rest. I need to slow down. Well, Zandy, if you have to be motivated means you're being pushed from the outside. That immediately tells me that you're not working on things that are your highest value. Because if you got to be motivated to do something, it's not your highest value. If it's a highest value, it means you're inspired from within. And when you're inspired from within, no one has to get you juice to do it. You're just automatically going to do it because it's within you. It's the juice is already flowing. All old people are gone from your life in the last 2 years. Well, that's interesting. I guess I'm not considered an old person. I like that, but people go by numbers. They might put me in that category. I certainly don't. Let me put it that way. Oh, old circles. Yeah, you got to build up a new network. Here's a key thing. When you build up a network, it depends on what you're building your network up for. If you're building your network up for business, you want to build a network up that are your best clients. Who would be your best client? Who's your target client? That's a real critical thing. People ask me, Lee, who are your target clients that you're trying to reach? I've got a lot of different matrix I could go by. It appears, though, that my teaching and the way I teach, I'm starting to attract a lot of more younger people than most centers that do what I do. My target people are between 25 and 54. Most centers my age are 54 and up. So I've got that. So I am, at least the message and the way I'm presenting it seems to be attracting people of that nature. And as I look at the pictures on the side here of the people who have checked in, you're probably all in my target audience. You're what make up my target audience, either on Facebook or on YouTube. Here's what my target audience is. I want people who want to dedicate themselves to changing themselves to be the greatest example of who they are. That's who I want as my target audience. I want people who are willing to do the work. Do the work. Because until you do the work, nothing changes. It's a waste of time. You can listen to all the great speakers. You can listen to all the great information. But if you don't apply that information in your life, you're wasting your time. You're wasting everybody's time. I can't say that any clearer. There are too many people. There's too many spiritual bunny rabbits out there. They hop from one modality to another modality, to another modality, to another modality, but they never do the work. Oh, Zandy, your eyes tell you everything, don't they? That was one of my favorite talks. I remember that talk. I did that talk after coming back from India and Nepal. I did that because everywhere I went, I saw the Tibetan eyes. I have a bunch of shirts with the Tibetan eyes on there because the eyes are the gateway to the soul. When you look into someone's eyes, you know if they're truly alive or are they numb. You know if they're juiced or they're not juiced. You know if they're connecting or you're not connecting. That's really, really a powerful, powerful concept to understand. I know that when I'm doing like my Zoom groups and people are Zooming, I can look into their eyes on Zoom and I'll know where their energy is. So if you want to be in a Zoom group, today is what? It's Wednesday. What's Wednesday? Agape Gathering Day. So if you have the inclination, you can find it at agapespiritualcenter.com or any of my 3 Facebook pages. You can find the Zoom link. I have a gathering from 1:30 to 2:30 Central Time, and then from, I think it's 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock Central Time. Anyone's welcome to attend any of the gatherings. Zandy, of course I eat good. Here's what I know about what you eat. The energy about what you eat is what your body takes in and creates. So what I eat is I eat quality foods. If I'm going to a restaurant, I don't know how the animals or plants or what, not animal plants and all that are treated. I do my prayer. I do my blessing on it. I shift the energy of what I'm eating. Yeah, if you look at me, you are what you eat. I'm a lean stallion. That's how I look at myself. My wife would be laughing right now. But I am. That's how I see myself. I'm a lean stallion. I'm not an old mare out to pasture. I can still run with the herd. Can you run with the herd? If not, you may be in the wrong herd, because this herd here, it's running. It's running toward creativity. It's running toward a zest for life. It's running for self-empowerment. It's running for self-love, self-care. It's about connecting with others with like minds. That's why I do this every day, to give people a place to plug in, to find out that there are people like them. There are people that are awake or awakening. Jordan's on the elliptical. As soon as I get off this talk, I'm headed to the gym to do the stair climber. Today, 45 minutes, level 6. Gonna kick some Lee butt. Oh, wow. I've been talking a whole bunch. Dandy says, walks are very good for the mind, but I suffer for fear of being outside. Really bad, though, and I don't want it. Why do you suffer from being outside? What's your fear about being outside? That's a good question to ask. What's your fear about being outside? Why would you fear to be outside? Unless you don't feel safe. If you don't feel safe, then I have to ask, why don't you feel safe? And if it's a place where you can't get away from not feeling safe, then move. We always can take action to change our physical situation. But if it's a mental thing, then there's spiritual work to be done. There's spiritual healing to realize that you're not in danger. So with that, I could keep going, but I'm not going to. Hey, if you want more from me and you want to talk live with me, join an Agape gathering today. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow, either in meditation or Thoughts Can Change Your Life right here, same time, same place, same channel. Until then, be you, because you can't be anything else. Love you just the way you are. Aloha.